In this video, we have to find the sufficient statistics for estimating beta. Of course, from the PDF given, we can see that this is an exponential distribution with parameter beta. So, solution. For more on this topic, you need to subscribe to this channel. How do we find the sufficient statistics for beta? We use the factorization theorem, which states that for a statistics to be sufficient, it must satisfy these components. The first one is phi, this time is beta, into u x1, x2 to xn, because this will depend on beta, and h1, x2 to xn. This does not depend on beta. So for a statistics to be sufficient, for this statistics to be sufficient, it must satisfy this condition. First, this component depends on beta, while this other component does not depend on beta. It can also be 1. Now, we are given the PDF. F of x beta to be equal to 1 all over beta exponential negative x all over beta. The first thing to do is to take the product sum. To take the product sum, or better called the likelihood function. So if we are taking the likelihood function, it becomes the product sum of the given function. And our function is, as I run from 1 to n, our function is 1 all over beta exponential negative x all over beta. So how do we find the product sum? How do we get the product sum? The product sum is gotten this way. The first one is 1 all over beta will multiply through the first exponential negative x1, the first, multiplied by 1 all over beta, the second, exponential negative x2 all over beta, the second, multiplied by, it continues that way, will give us 1 all over beta raised to the power of n, but it goes n times. This 2, and it continues like that. Exponential negative xi's beta. So this x will go continuously. Now, it then means that we can write our function to be x beta equal to 1 all over beta raised to the power of n exponential, I can write it this way, summation of xi all over beta negative xi all over beta. So we can write it like this. We can write it out like this. So by comparing, the next thing to do is to compare. This exponential and this are two the same thing. They are the same thing. We just bring this one down here. So by comparing, with the factorization theorem, we said it must satisfy phi beta into u x1 x2 xn. It also depends on beta, and h x1 x2 xn. So by comparing what we have here with the whole of this, let us see what we'll get. We'll have to rewrite it here properly and see what we'll get. We'll delete this. So in statistics is said to be sufficient if it can be factored into two components. If it can be factored into two components. I have also explained what these components are. For more on this topic, you need to subscribe to this channel. What are the two components? This is the first component and this is the second component. So let us see. From our function, we have x into beta to be equal to 1 all over beta raised to the power of n exponential summation of xi all over beta, as this running from 1 to n. Of course, if we watch out, you see that these components are tied together because the components, they depend on beta. They depend on beta, all of them. So the next thing to write is multiplied by 1. So this is one of the components and this is another component. So this component gives pi beta into, this is the mean, x2, x2 to xn, and they also depend on beta, while this component gives h x1, x2 to xn. Yes, it can be 1 because it does not depend on beta. It does not depend on the parameter we are estimating. This can also be written as beta into u. We can sum the whole of this to give us from I running from 1 to n, xi, then beta multiplied by h x1, x2 to xn. So this can be written as this. So we can write all here. From what we have done, it means that our statistics is, the mean is a sufficient statistics for estimating beta. So it's a sufficient statistics for estimating beta. If we follow this procedure, it will be very easy for we to compute the sufficient statistics. For more on this topic, you need to subscribe to this channel.